Good afternoon. There we go. We are rocking and rolling today. I am in between a massive work day. And so I just got done with the second workout. Again, usually I'm outside at the walk doing the things, but I still have about 4 more hours of sessions and networking to do. So I wanted to chime in on day 43 of 75 Hard, if you can believe that. Give me a thumbs up. Make sure you subscribe as I, walk you along this process of doing 75 hard as we are on the boat full time in St. Thomas, USVI. I still continuously coach and do trainings virtually. And then really we're growing just this amazing, full circle of how do you create the best version of yourself in terms of the way you serve, the way that you, build your friendships, your relationships, and really the most important part, how you build that relationship with yourself as a business owner. So I can't believe that we're in that kind of period of 40 to 60. Again, it has been a wonderful 2 workouts in between a lot of client calls. Like I've been on 8 hours of client calls and we're still not done yet. And so want to just give this concept, this encouragement again, as you're usually seeing me as fitness active Connie and 75 hard hat, and really lean into, a concept of, are you interested or are you committed? And as you go through, different ebbs and flows in your business, and as you go through different ways of building habits, building the best version of yourself, it is a continuum of, there's some things in life or in your business or a goal that you have that maybe you're just truly interested. Like maybe you're not committed to follow through on what the learning curve is going to take, what the perceived sacrifice is going to be, how much you're going to have to humble yourself to actually get through whatever that new process is. Versus if you're committed, you take all the safety nets out. You take all of the plan B, C, D, E, F out of the equation, and you really have to step in that best version of yourself to get it completed. Okay. And so I really want to just have today be more professional lens around, some encouragement, some tactics, because that has just been in the space I have been in as I'm coaching clients in terms of their teams, their leadership style, their strategic planning. And again, as I walk through 75 hard for myself, and again, go through a different season where I've never done this virtually or living in St. Thomas or having just the nuances of making sure all gets, completed every single day. I just think it's very timely that we lean into, it's okay to say you're interested into something and have an expectation with yourself that maybe you are just interested. You're going to dabble in it. You're going to try it. You're going to, just kind of test it out, but then use that verbiage. Don't use, I'm going to be all in if you really are just interested in exploring it, right? Now, on the flip side, if you really are all in growing a portion of your business, growing a portion of your skill set, growing some of your soft skill set or your hard skill set, there has to be this line in the sand that you are fully committed. And there is a difference between I am interested in exploring what that would look like to grow XYZ, get better at XYZ, develop this type of, business, develop this type of time freedom. I'm interested, but when you get committed, you find the way, you navigate within you, most importantly, not necessarily the circumstances, to go, you must become that person then that does not let you waver left or right so that you have an out. Okay. And so I just really want to lean into that for several reasons. As I'm just on my client calls all throughout today, I keep, gauging, right? Like one of the things I'm always gauging is how interested are they in what they say they're about to activate, what changes they want to make? Or is it just a true, they're exploring it, they're interested, they're thinking about it, but like, when you have that burn the boats moment, even though I'm on the boat and I probably shouldn't say that, but when you have that burn the ships, you have no way of going back. You burn the bridge in a good way. There's something that internally changes in you. Okay. And if you've never made that commitment to yourself, again, it's not for your significant other. It's not even for your clients. It's not for your kiddos. It's honestly for yourself. You'll step into conversations, relationships, networking groups differently. And I don't think enough of us talk about this as professionals to go, if we're wavering or if we're interested, just call it that. I'm still exploring. I'm chill. I'm still going to take this quarter, to see what the benefits and what the drawbacks would be and evaluate. That is a-okay. I think some of the most intentional leaders of themselves and others take some of those evaluation periods. But what they're really clear on, what they draw the line in the sand, is that then when you become committed to it, we will figure this out. I told Corey earlier today, I go, everything is figure outable, right? Imagine, if you've never lived on a boat full time, which I think is like 0.001% of the world, but there are so many moving parts of living here on the boat that people just don't necessarily realize in terms of the systems and the water and the power and the solar and the food storage and just the process of the weather that we are constantly on top of, and making sure that we have a nice balance of how much time are we out, how much time are we in, how much preventative maintenance and cleaning has to happen, right? How many things can go quote unquote wrong, and you have limited options to troubleshoot, right? You hit a limit of how many resources you have to make it quote unquote better. And not that I would say everybody needs to go live a year or 2 years on a boat full time to develop that grit, but I would say is when you make the commitment to go, we're going to figure it out, right? Like, we're going to figure it out, and you've got to start with that within yourself. And so I feel like so many of my business owners go into their metaphorical new chapter of their business, and they know that they have a way out. They know that they will, say, but if that doesn't work, I know I'm just going to, kind of stop this. Well, I'm going to tell you what's going to happen. It's not going to work the first time, and you're going to go to plan B and then exit stage left, right? If I gave up every time something I had to get to figure outable in my business or in my own fitness journey, I would not be sitting here today, not even close. And I think that's something that's super undervalued. Is most of my day is, how do we figure that out? How do we maximize that? Because I'm fully committed to the business, to my lifestyle, to the freedom that we want to create, to being of service, to others, and being super, in depth and intentional with our time. Well, that type of living, that way of stepping into the best version of yourself, really does require being on top of things that you've got to figure out. They're not going to be ideal. You're not going to feel that way every single day. And I can tell you, we have been at it since 6 a.m. of getting to the gym, coming back, starting my coaching calls throughout the day, taking a 30-minute break, another bout of coaching calls, getting my 45-minute walk in, getting ready again, having a snack, and ready to go out, to my third shift of coaching today. But I give you that as inspiration, aspiration, and again, a behind the scenes to go, I would never have it any other way. Like, every break I've had throughout today, I'm like, I am so unbelievably grateful for my clients. I'm so unbelievably grateful that I'm doing 75 hard right now, that I can look back on and go, not only did we do that, but I did 75 hard in one of the chapters that we did, and was still growing my coaching business, and was able to still explore. Like, when you build that most robust way of showing up for yourself, you can't help but be really fulfilled and really on purpose and really grateful for how you trust yourself. Okay. So if you are a person that sits on the fence a lot, right? You say you want to become better. I have clients that say, I'm just so fed up with me. Like, I'm so sick of hearing my own excuses. I'm so tired of giving myself an out because something isn't ideal, or something doesn't hit a deadline, or that took longer than I thought. I'm so tired of hearing that from myself. I will always look back and I'm like, that's okay that you're identifying that, because you have 100% of control on that. I don't get frustrated with myself that I'm giving myself an out anymore, because I quote unquote work for myself, leverage what I need to do to be my best me. And I hold the standard high, and I don't give her an out, right? I don't give her a place to be like, and another week of excuses is the standard, right? So I'll leave you with this. Have you ever thought about, the greatest gift you can give yourself is personal excellence. And the second greatest gift you can give yourself is your personal excellence for other people. I think a lot of the times we feel like we are lacking as a business owner, lacking as a partner, lacking as a fitness, goal setting person, just to feel better is that we aren't fully committed to that version of ourselves. We really struggle with going, I'm going to do that no matter what that looks like. And for most of us, we don't even know what's on that other side, right? It's not going to be all clear. It's not. I'm going to tell you that right now. But to have that mindset to go, I'm fully committed. I know what the expectation of personal excellence is for me. And that can change, right? Like tomorrow, my personal excellence might be a little bit higher, might be a little bit lower, but every day, the goal, the end vision, the intention is stepping into my personal excellence. So I hope that that is just so much of a tactical way of approaching your mindset of, getting really clear. When you look at your to-do list or you look at your calendar every single day, I was really intentional to be like, personal excellence as a coach today, Connie, looks like this. You're prepared in this way. You're going to push the client this way. You're going to encourage them this way. Like you're going to show up with personal excellence for every single meeting that you do. Well, I can sit here and go, I'm not exhausted from that. I'm actually fueled from that because I showed up in my best way. Even though everything else is happening in the world, even though everything else is happening outside of my circumstances. And again, tomorrow will be another day for me to revisit other, things that I need to get checked off my list. But today, I knew what personal excellence looks like to be the best coach I can be. And I hope that you start making those commitments to yourself and you lessen the verbiage around, well, I'm interested in that. Maybe I'll try that, because all of that gray area in terms of you creating the best version of yourself actually depletes the self-efficacy for you to actually then follow through. So, closing takeaways from today. Personal excellence not only is your number one blessing, it blesses every single person you come in contact with. Second piece is for you to get really clear on what does it look like for you to be fully committed and not just interested. And then really walking into, when you set that intention throughout the day, taking these mini breaks to make sure that you're going, am I giving myself a little window to wiggle out? Or do I stay the course for today? Not for the month, not for the year, today. Okay. So I will see you all day. I can't believe I wrote it down. 44 for tomorrow, 75 hard. We're on again, that second half of the race, if you will. And super excited to close out my primary work day, time of service time, and then get back into a reset day for the boat, for groceries, for laundry, for personal errands that we need to do, and then some more trainings, and just get into a different rhythm for tomorrow and cadence. But really, really wanted to pay forward that there's so much magic when you make a commitment and you hold that commitment versus just interested. So watch your language on that. All right. I'm going to hop on my next strategy call for the next 4 hours. I got 4 more clients and some networking, and then I will call it a day. All right, y'all, enjoy. Thanks again. Watch and make sure that you subscribe to all of these videos every single day for 75 Hard. I'm documenting this experience, this journey, this transformation to give you every single day some tips around habits, around strategy, around really building the best version of you and the CEO of your life and of your business. I'll see y'all tomorrow. Bye.